Hi, Stitchers! Welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 43 for the third time. We're going to hope that this one works.
Mm-hmm.
So, Katie needed to come talk with her new employer.
Which is my baby, not me.
And so we decided we would film together.
Yes.
So I'm Laura.
And I'm Keisha.
And this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship. And rambles. And lots of shenanigans. And sometimes second and third takes.
And we are going to cross our fingers and hope that we don't get those messages after 5 minutes that say, "Where's the sound?"
Right. As you probably noticed, this is our first video in a while. But it's not the first one we filmed. We've actually filmed 2 other videos. We've been filming on a weekly basis like we always do. It'll get uploaded, and then one of you great people will watch and go, "I can't hear it." And we're like, but we've been using the same equipment we've been using throughout the whole pandemic. So
doing the exact same process.
Right.
I did pop on really quickly, I can't even think what day, and I put out like a 3-minute video. And I didn't hear anything about that one, so I'm guessing that everything went through fine on it.
Right.
Watch now, I'll probably bring it up and it didn't even show.
Right.
But that was the idea, to see if this would work.
Right. So we're not.
Oh no, I did it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Straight to YouTube.
So yeah, we're not really sure what the issue was with our audio. Katie tried to figure it out, and we haven't really been able to figure it out. So since Katie was over here anyway, we're filming in my office. So.
So Lynette Davies said, "Thanks for letting us know. Missing you both." And IDL America said, "Thanks for keeping us updated. I was wondering how y'all were doing." Patricia. And then she said, "P.S. I started my Virtue is Bold pattern." So she was one of our winners.
Yes. And
she said, "Thank you so much for passing the stash." I'm reading all the words at one time. So yeah, that was that on that one.
Right. So anyway, those are the super secret lost episodes.
Yes.
Ooh.
So we're going to try and recreate most of it.
Right. We probably won't remember everything that we said in 2 episodes.
And Keisha already looked at the list and said, "Oh, we don't need to talk about that anymore."
Right.
So
that's okay.
I'm a little hoarse today. I was just telling Keisha, we hosted the free retreat weekend with the Black Needle Society. Yes. And I was talking from Thursday through yesterday.
Right.
And I'm just Thursday through Sunday, and I'm just more than a little hoarse.
Right. But it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Good. I wasn't able to participate in a lot of things just because baby. And we actually went to visit my parents this weekend. Took James on his first long car ride, which was only 2 hours. But he did okay. And so I wasn't able to participate in a bunch, but it was fun what we did.
Is it funny to look at each other
and
talk?
It's like, it is.
Wait, what are we doing? We've been across the
I'm not
screen.
talking to the Laura in the computer. I'm talking to the Laura next to me. It's very strange.
Look, I can touch her today. So it's those crazy things that you miss and that you have to wonder about. And Keisha and I will probably not be filming in the same room together.
No.
I work at an elementary school. I'll have kids at school tomorrow. So we just won't take that chance.
Yeah, and I'm going back to work too. So, it just kind of worked out this time that she was coming over with Katie. So.
Just an odd time.
Right.
Maybe during winter break for me, once I'm home for a week, then we could film during the second week sometime.
Right.
So when we have extended periods.
Right. Whenever we know that neither of us are sick.
Okay, so I am going to tell you that when I get home, I will be inserting a clip here. Okay, I'm here to tell you all of the winners that we've had. I have some that I haven't mailed, so I am just going to go through everything that I have in my stack here. So the first one that I have is the drummer, and this one was won by Miss Chloe. Then I have the Ribbons and Pearls sampler, and this one, let me do it this way. This one was won by Grandma Daisy. Next, I have I Am a Stitcher. And this was one by Sherry Eccles. Then I have the ribbon embroidery. And this was one by Miss Chloe also. And then next up is Rabbit. This was one by Deanna Ellett. And then Joy was one by Beth Walker. And Noelle was also one by Sherry Eccles. Dickens was one by Welshie65 Clement. And Strawberry Fields was one by Eunice. And Hocus Pocus was one by Connie. Now, what I need from all of you is for you to either PM me through Facebook or to go on my Instagram account at the Pattern Queen 3 and send me a DM there with your address so that I can get all of these mailed out. Congratulations to everyone. And I have to get, I have to get back to work. So we will skip over the winners and we will go right on to finishes.
Weird thing about not being here for a little bit, we actually finished some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and show you my finish first. And I was working on Moonstruck from Mill Hill.
I love this one.
Oh, this was just great fun. I have to get used to filming on this again. For some reason, I just had a whole lot of beading mojo watching the little boy. So, got all those beads in. There are a ton of beads in this, so it's very sparkly. From the last time that we all talked, I think maybe I had a few beads in on the
just a few
tree over here, but I finished all.
I know you had to do the whole house.
Yeah, the house. I had to do the cat and the moon and some of the tree. So
I think maybe you had that outside border finished prior to that too.
Right. So anyway, there's that, and I'm really excited about it. I really like this. I usually don't stitch things with cats on them because I'm mostly a dog person, but this one was just pretty cool.
Got to have the black cat for Halloween, right? Okay, so I have 2 finishes because it's been so long. My first one is my Marjorie Massey freebie that I can't really show you. Ooh,
I still need to pull mine out.
And I used a bunch of the threads that Teresa had put into a pack when we were at Galleria, and they're all limited editions. And I did add a couple to it because there's mine.
So pretty.
There was no yellow in there. And I just felt like that was a sunflower, so I had to do that.
Oh, for sure.
And then the numbers that I have down there are in something I just pulled out and thought this will make a nice break. But remember that I do the trick where I use my family's initials. So Jeff, Katie, Laura, and Brendan, they're all in a different color, just so that I have put that on there.
And that's such a good tip for just a quick personalization. Because I know sometimes it's hard to figure out where you want to personalize things in samplers. So that's a really good tip. Oh,
the other thing. I got to figure out where I am. The flowers down here, I stitched 1 stitch at a time. But the grapes in the same exact color, I did rows and I went all the way across and all the way back. So you get a little different look with the floss.
Right.
And it's just, I mean, that's just kind of a fun way to play with that too. And
yeah, that's the cool thing about variegated floss is it really depends on how you stitch with it, like what your end result is. So you can definitely do some cool things with that.
And then I'm going to show you this beautiful bag.
I love this bag.
So a viewer made this when Nancy and I were filming. And I just love it. This is a bird that is indigenous to New Zealand. And the inside fabric on this is really fun because it just is alphabet. But every once in a while, and I know there's one over here. Every once in a while, it says New Zealand.
Oh, fun.
Where is it? See, you're supposed to put your finger on it. There you go. Nope, I still don't know that we see it.
You can see it down here.
There, I see the black spot. So it's really cool, and I was so grateful to get that. And what I've been carrying in this is, it's a bag with all the bling. So I've been carrying Snowfire Christmas in it. Did you hear Keisha gasp?
You finished it?
This is my struggle piece.
Oh my gosh.
And I worked my tail off and got it all done. And I finished it yesterday,
Wow.
a little bit after 7, right before we went in to do the closing ceremonies for the retreat.
Wow, this looks so good.
Thank you. It is, look, I'll turn it sideways.
Wow.
Can you see all of the crazy beads and things? And I did that entire bottom band over the weekend in like 2 days.
Wow.
So I've been whining and moaning about it, and I pulled it out and was stitching with friends and was distracted enough that it finished.
I bet you are happy that it is done.
I'm so thrilled. And look at my poor chart. It's like been beaten up and everything else. Keisha, don't you want to stitch this?
That's okay. It's very pretty though. I will admire it when I come to your house.
Oh, thank you. So maybe you guys will see that in a future giveaway. I don't know. Maybe I'll pull it out today. I haven't asked Katie. I can't imagine that she would want to stitch it.
There's only so much Snowfire Christmas one house can take.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so how about whips?
Well, what about stash?
Oh, yeah, because we didn't have stash.
Guys, for 2 weeks in a row, there was no stash.
None.
And now you caught us on the week where there is stash.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a little bit of stash that Laura and Katie paid as a toll to see the baby. Actually, you guys didn't see the baby the day that you dropped that by. But I'll show you that whenever we get to whips because I've already worked on it.
Ah, okay. So I will show you my stash then. I got my Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month. This one is a special edition fabric. Ooh. And it is just fabulous. I haven't even had it out of the bag, you guys. So you get to see it with me. But it is really, really pretty.
That is so pretty.
I love that.
I haven't checked my mail. I usually check my mail whenever I come home from work, and I haven't been coming home from work because I've been on maternity leave. But I'll have to check and see if mine is out there.
It looks like there's a lot of yellow in it too, doesn't it?
A lot of yellow and some nice orange. That'll be really good for a fall piece.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to drop it back in here. And then we went to Branson to Cecilia's Samplers last Saturday. And I have a bag over here. I don't know if I've pulled stuff out of it or not.
I have no idea what's in this bag, so I'm pretty excited too.
Oh yeah, because you didn't get to see this. So what we went to pick up was Hands-On Designs, Love My Stitching. I have been wanting to make some project bags of my own, and there are instructions in here on how to make a project bag like this.
Perfect.
And there are pictures. So nice. It is really a nice one. And then I also, I got a couple. Okay. So, I know what I have here. I bought these two that go together.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Sewn in Friendship from Plum Street and Heartstring Samplery. And when you finish it, you can do it so that it looks like this.
The front of that one cracks me up. A pin keep or a pin give.
Yeah. So pretty cool.
Yes.
And I've been wanting those, and so I just did it. And then, what else do I have in here? Then I bought fabric because I kind of have a thing for fabric. So, and what's funny is that we keep filling up a card and they just give us the same card back. So I tried some different ones. I'll show you one later because I used it to start a project. But I got some 36 count Seraphim Boston. Okay, this one, I don't know if you can tell from the cut what it's for. But it's this really pretty gray blue. And I have this back in plans. I was too tired yesterday to start, so I will have to like do double duty because I was supposed to start this yesterday.
Oh man, that is so cool.
And at Cecilia's Samplers, one of the ladies is stitching on this fabric.
Oh, really?
And it is beautiful. So it's just a light blue gray. I loved it. And there actually was not any in the store, but the lady who was stitching with it had the entire yard in her bag, and she took it apart and cut a piece off for me so that I could have this. So I was like really grateful because they had said, "Oh, we can order it," and I'm like, "But I'm supposed to start it." And she's like, "I'll just cut a piece off." So they are really awesome down there. They are really awesome. I should put this in here also.
Stitching friends are good friends, even ones that you just met.
Yes. And it was so funny. They had been interested in some of the things from our Harry Potter box, from our Frogwarts box. And so when we walked in, we had I think a little box for them. And one of the ladies came up and said, "I'll just take that." And she just left. It was really cute.
Cross-stitch barter system.
Yes. I also got a piece. They had everything. They had a bunch of fabric for half off. I should have bought you some.
It's okay.
They had a 28 Cashel that's slate. And I got this. It's just a pretty black one. I got this to do a chalkboard piece on.
Oh, nice.
Katie's done all the big ones, and I want to do the little cushions.
Yeah.
So this one is like 10 by 12. I might get a couple.
Yeah, perfect.
Then I found Weeks Dye Works 30 count blue jeans.
Oh, wow. That really does look like blue jeans.
I love that color. And that showed up really well when I turned that up there. So, and it's a big 13 by 17, so it's a decent size. It's about an eighth of a yard. Then I found this Galactic Force.
Ooh.
It's purple. It's 15. It's a 32 count Belfast.
Look at that on the back. My goodness.
It's fabulous, right?
Wow.
Who knows what I will do with that, but it will be something.
You'll find something great.
Okay, so that is all my stash. So I didn't do too bad. I mean, for going to Cecilia's, Katie and I had a huge pile of stuff. And we said, okay, we can't do this. We can't do this. We're supposed to be, kind of reining it in. Right. So we went back to one little table and we laid everything out and we went, okay, I really want this. And I really want this. So we went through and chose that way.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess we're to whips now. And I worked on more than one thing this week, guys.
No way.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because you told me.
Right. I have a big stack of things. Okay. So, and I'm not sure how much progress I got on this the week before. I'm pretty sure
we like to see it anyway.
I don't know. But anyway, this is Cozy Feet from Mill Hill. It's another Mill Hill kit.
And I think I told you in the last one that Beth Warsaw, Busy Bee, Silly Me, or Busy Bee Stitches. Those are the two. One's on here and one's on Instagram. Yes. And she went and bought the kit after she saw you.
It's a really good one. Here's where I am. And I think I added all of the green. Oh, over on this side. It's flipped. It's flipped.
It is.
I'm getting used to it.
And your brain just doesn't do it.
And I'll get used to it this time, and then we won't do it for another several months, and then I'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing again. So anyway, I got the green in. So, see, I have one pair of socks. I need the beads on this one. And then,
there are that many beads?
Oh, yeah, there are all kinds of beads. So
wow.
You can see in the picture here, like all the red on those stockings are beads.
Whoa.
And most of the blue there too. So lots of beads. And then you can see the fireplace there in the middle.
Fun.
Anyway, that's what I did on that. And then this is my piece of stash that I got. I got the Pumpkin King Nutcracker from Satsuma Street. And there's a whole series of these ornaments that you can stitch. And I have been curious about them because I love them. They're wonderful. But I've been wondering whether or not it's worth it to buy the kit or if I should buy things separately myself, because it does call for some beads and some sequins and not that many. So I'm one of those people who's like, well, do I want a whole big pack of beads? Because I don't usually just add beads to my projects just to add them. But I'd never seen a kit in person, so I wasn't really sure, what the value is. But it's a pretty good kit. I'll let you know. So anyway, this is what I've stitched so far.
Wow, and it really shines in here too.
So I opened up the kit because it comes with everything that you need to stitch it. And this is silver metallic, and I can almost blind you guys with it. It's a silver metallic perforated paper.
No, it really dulls it when we put anything behind it.
And I was really excited because I've never seen metallic perforated paper before. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. The thing about metallic is it'll shine the light right into your eyes when you're trying to stitch on it at nighttime. But it's going to look really cool, whenever you see little bits and pieces of it. Oh, see? Look at that, guys. You could tan with this. So anyway, that's where I got so far. I've made some pretty good progress.
That looks really good.
So
and are some parts, do you have to attach some parts?
So basically, the scepter here and his crown are stitched separately. So those will be stitched on the paper next to him, and then I'll cut it out and attach everything. So
fun.
I'm pretty excited to get back to that. I've worked on that the past couple of days because it's nice to work on things on perforated paper whenever I'm holding the baby, because it's kind of hard to get your needle into fabric whenever you're trying to work around someone. But the holes on these are big enough that, and you just kind of guide your needle in there. So perforated paper has really been the way that I've went, which is why I've been working on so many Mill Hill things the past. Next, I found my Hawk Renalo.
Woohoo!
I didn't start a new block. I worked on a block from a previous month. I worked on this one here.
I love that reindeer.
So, and I haven't gotten to the reindeer yet. I've been working on this great big house. So, here's where I'm at on it.
You're getting there.
Yeah, I put in the second color of bricks on the house. I put in the light color of bricks on the house, which took quite a bit of time. And this is on 40 count platinum from Zweigert. And I'm just stitching it with the called for DMC, the DMC conversion, because there's a version for MPI and a version for DMC.
I love that one.
So I got quite a bit done on that. Surprisingly, the baby decided to take a nap a few times, and away I went. And then, of course, it's September. September means samplers. And I am working on Aberlowney 1825. And this is a whip that Michelle Bendy and I share, that we got a year ago at the Show Me Retreat.
It seems like way longer than a year ago.
I know. Michelle, can you believe that we've only known each other a year? It's weird. Anyway, so it's still in the hoop because I've been working on it. Here's the whole thing with a hoop in the middle. And what I did this time is this Bargello band here.
I love your colors on this.
Thank you. So some of the colors are the called for conversion, because there's one for silks and one for overdyed flosses. And some of them are the called for overdyeds and some of them aren't. See, what happened was Michelle and I bought this together, and we went over and we picked out one color of floss, and then Michelle said, oh, I'll go home and I'll look at what I have and I'll just do a conversion for both of us. And I was like, okay. Of course.
You tell me what to stitch and I'll stitch it. Of course.
Well, because Michelle has great color sense.
Yes.
So she's the one who picked out all the colors, and they're pretty close to the colors in the original piece. Like, it's all the browns and whites and blue, that pop of blue. She just kind of picked out different ones. And this is on Weeks Dye Works Dirty, and it's a 32 count linen.
It's pretty.
Thank you. So anyway, that's what I've got done now, here, right now. So I'll be moving down into this the basket and the over one words here pretty soon is the next place that the directions tell me to go.
Fun.
I have some fun stitching ahead of me.
But Keisha's a pro. She did over one words on 36 counts for the Frogwarts model.
Right. And that was tight. This will be a treat compared to that.
And I've been telling Katie that she has got to get that thing designed into us much earlier.
Right.
So we'll cross our fingers.
But anyway, that's everything I worked on.
Okay. I think I showed you this a couple times ago, and so I'm going to show it real quick. I don't think I've shown it when you've actually gotten to watch the video.
But who knows at this point?
Yeah.
You guys will like to see it again.
So it's Blue Moon Angel. Whoops. How about this way? Blue Moon Angel. And I got this gorgeous piece of fabric from Silk Weaver. And just fell in love. And here's a trick for you guys. I have these clips and I put that on the top so I would know, because otherwise, how do you know what that is?
Right. It's a good tip.
But I filled in most of this blue. So I really did a lot. I put in, I don't know, somewhere between like 700 and 1,000 stitches on the week that I worked on it. And I work on them for about 3 days. Just to get a little moving with it.
That's good progress.
This is one of my whips for the year. So not a 10 and 20, but just some of my whips. And I think I am about to just abandon my 10 and 20 list because it's not going to get completed.
Right. But you got some significant progress on some things that you wanted completed. So that's fine.
I did. And I mean, it was such a weird year. Okay, and then I was on kind of a starting kick, so I started that Marjorie Massey, and I also started Chocolate Bunnies from Hands On Designs. Nice. I love this, and I'm using the, oh my gosh, what are they?
Oh my goodness.
Sulkies.
Okay, I was like, I just lost it too.
The Sulkies, you know, they look like this. And I love working with them. This, I believe, is a 28 count linen. It's either 28 or 32, but it's big, so I'm thinking it's 28.
Looks 28 to me.
And I'm really liking it.
You've made really good progress on this.
I had to listen to some units at work, and they were just on the computer.
Right.
And so I said to my boss, I'm going to pull out my stitching because it helps me focus. And I sat and stitched while I listened to him. She's like, yeah, no problem.
I'm one of those people too. I definitely focus better on things if I can do something with my hands while I'm listening.
And I stopped when I needed to. There wasn't a whole lot to watch. Basically, it was a person talking to me. So I do very well listening to you if I am a little distracted. So then I have my Hawk Run Hollow. And I did not work on it this week. Oh, maybe I did a little bit. I'm trying to think what was going on, what I was doing. I'm working on the May block because, you know, I have pretty well just accepted the fact that this is not getting done this year.
Best laid plans, right?
Yeah. Because Keisha got pregnant and that's it. It's her fault. I'm blaming her.
My fault. It's not because it's a massive pattern.
Yeah.
And we were only working on it one day a week.
And they're 92 by 92 blocks. And I think they're way more filled in than we thought they were.
Oh, for sure.
Because it looks like you have a lot of space in these things. But really you don't.
No.
I mean, here's what it looks like all together.
Right. No, this is a massive undertaking.
So on my May block there, what I've been doing, you can see that thread hanging down. Just big as day. That's the color I'm working on this week. But I didn't even get all of it done all the way around. But I like it. I have to do it and a few more bees and the word bring up in the corner and it will be done. So it's not terrible.
No.
And maybe this week I'll finish the flower. That's
a lot further along than me. I have a one finished block. I don't even have all the thread for it yet.
Now, to be honest, Keisha probably slept through a lot more of the year than I did
Well,
because,
that's
yeah, because growing a baby takes some work.
And having a newborn will rock your world.
So, I've had a little more time. But when I decided to quit starting blocks, it was stressing me out to start the blocks
And not have
and
them
not,
finished.
yes, and
That's understandable.
just have all of that stuff started. I just didn't want to do it. And stressing me out may be a little strong, but
Right.
it was.
I mean, if you don't want to come back to a project, it makes it hard to be motivated to work on it, And the fact that we don't have our like Thursday nights at Panera anymore, you're just sitting at your house with a bunch of things you'd rather work on. I get that.
And the fabric is not my favorite.
Right.
So, I have my Team Ravenclaw sleeve. Ooh. And the reason that I got to keep one is because when we opened the fabric up, there was a hole in it. So can't sell it. Right. So I made it for myself. I think there's a cat fight outside your house.
Or it was my baby.
Oh.
Could have been my baby.
But we found this patch, and I just ironed it on. So you can tell it's a thick one. Kind of fun. But in here, I had seen this. This is from August 1996, the Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine. And it looks like I paid 49 cents for it. And when I got it, see, I thought I had it right there. I saw this sampler and just kind of fell in love with it.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been thinking about it, and then I couldn't find it when September started.
Right.
So finally I had one of those eureka moments where I was like, I know where that is. And I found it, and another one that I'll show you in a little bit. And I decided that I needed to be in compliance. So I have a piece of 32 count vintage light exemplar from Lakeside Linens, and I started it. I started at the bottom. Oh, will you pull the bottom for me, please? Sure. So
very nice.
And what I did, they've used 2 colors. I decided what I would do. I have a ton of stash, always. Nope, those are not the ones. Hopefully I threw the one in that I'm really using. That's funny. Oh no, of course not. That's really good. Not that one. I was going to do it with this 304 and some 814. And it just wasn't coming out the way I wanted. And I seriously didn't throw it in here. But I thought about that I could do this with silk. And several years ago from Carrie's Creations, I ordered some silks to send in Valentine cards.
Oh, nice.
And so that's what I'm using. So, it's a beautiful floss, and it's pretty variegated. So, you can see my little eyelets in there.
Wow.
But it changes enough that I'm like, I don't mind that I'm not going to have the dark lines through. Right. And it'll just be a beautiful red sampler. So I am now in compliance. I have a red sampler on the go.
I do not.
Well, you don't do a whole lot of samplers.
No. And the one sampler I have, there's no red in Abra.
Yeah. And I don't do a whole lot of samplers. That's kind of not a me thing. I think that's all my whips.
All right.
So you want to show... Okay, we also, 3 weeks ago, drew charts for the next Past the Stash.
Yes.
And look, you get to actually see them in person this time. So, the first one that we have is Stitches Through Time Needle Roll, which is a companion to the 2001 limited edition spool cabinet. And it has some Needle Necessities floss. And I included a little piece of Marin in there because that's an even weave that you know how I feel. So this is the pattern. It's very pretty. Fun stitches. And you're going to say needle roll. Whoop.
Awesome.
I'm going to throw everything.
That's okay.
Then the next one we have is from Cinnamon Heart Needleworks.
These are cute.
They're really sweet.
Yes.
Keisha may decide she needs this one instead.
That's okay. You can have it, but it's cute.
It's called Rosebud Hearts. I've stitched this multiple times. So they've got the 4 in the grouping over here, but then they have a couple of extra ones in here. And I've done these as like little pillows and things for people. And I've just decided that I've stitched enough. I've stitched it enough times, and I would pass the stash on this. So you're going to say Rosebud. Keisha loves that because.
But don't sled on it. Don't sled on it, guys.
Then I had bought this one for a friend who was getting married, and then everything fell apart in her world. And so I decided that I just don't really want the reminder in my stash. It is beautiful.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
This is the With This Ring wedding sampler from the Sweetheart Tree. And it's fabulous. There we go. And the great thing about these is that, okay, so I'm going to do it way back here. The pattern is on this side, and the other side is all of the instructions band by band.
Oh, nice.
And they give you pictures and everything else. So
wow. And
it's
even if,
really nice.
And even if you didn't want to do this as a wedding sampler, there are so many pretty bands in here that you could just like kind of squish it.
You could even do the whole thing and just change the verse in the center.
Right. Well, if you wanted to do it as a wedding sampler, you could just put your name in there and date.
This does not come with the charm on it because I didn't get that far. So, anyway, somebody else will get to love this. And you're going to say ring. And then the last one, this is a funny one. It is a Stitch in Time calendar from 1994. But this one is all floral. And I don't think I wrote in here, if I did, it was something really innocuous. But, like, I'll show you a couple of these. I mean, there are the tulips that were on the outside. This dresser set, I mean, you could do all sorts of things with those flowers to utilize that. Love that. And Keisha and I are always interested in July. Oh, this is one of my favorites because it's seed packets. I would not do it on a sweater, but
you can make little cards or something like that.
Yeah, and they're really good. So there's our July.
Oh, hey, my birthday was on a Sunday that year.
So that is the sampler, and I said, oh my gosh, I actually kind of like that sampler, and I wonder if I should have stitched that one first. But
it's patriotic a different way, because usually July here in the States, that's when our Independence Day is, so usually we have a bunch of patriotic things, and that had red, white, and blue in it, but it wasn't overly patriotic.
And that's all we ever get. The other one, now I don't know how you are going to utilize this one, but isn't that beautiful?
It is pretty.
I love that. So, and the charts are colored charts, but I don't think they're too obnoxious.
They're pretty easy to read.
So, I mean, it's leisure art. So there's that sampler. The sampler is this big, guys. I mean, that's like...
Well, and it looks like it gives you some good instructions on any specialty stitches that are in here, too.
Oh, because it says there's pulled stitches in this one. So for this one, you're going to say time. So we have time, ring. Let's see if I can get them. Here, I'll hand you those
too. I can hold them.
Time, ring, needle roll, and rosebud. So you guys have fun working those into sentences for us, because we like to read that. And those, please don't say giveaway. Please be 18. Be a subscriber. What else am I supposed to say?
We just want to make sure that people who actually want to cross stitch the patterns get the patterns, and people aren't entering a giveaway just to win.
Yes. Okay, that one's not going to work. I'm going to set it behind us. It was going to go. Okay, how about I was going to talk about the Black Needle Society. Well, I guess I still can't. No, that's already
Well,
gone.
you can still talk about the Facebook group because you're going to be
I
using that for
could.
upcoming announcements if people are more Facebook people than Instagram
I
people.
could. So the Black Needle Society on Instagram. Nope. Let me try again. On Instagram, we would be at the Black Needle Society. On Facebook, we would be the Black Needle Society, where you have to answer some questions. And if you need to purchase, you add a .com. Um, we just closed sales on our Lost in Austin box. It was really funny because Katie had said, "Oh, sales close at this time." Yes, she forgot to close the sales. So a few extra people bought the box, which
nice.
That doesn't hurt my feelings. And we just finished hosting our free weekend. This week on the 10th, we are opening up sales for our subscription box.
Fun.
So we have two types of boxes. We have subscription boxes that will come out in January, March, in all the odd months. And then we have so that'd be 6. And then we have 7 boxes that will come out through the year, mainly in even months. Although Frogwarts will probably come out, I will play with that. But so what we are opening up are the subscription boxes, not the specialty boxes. And you can go in and choose to buy just one box it's a subscription. So you would buy one box and it would renew. And they're every other month. So you're only paying that every other month.
Right.
It's $60 for the subscription boxes. If you buy a 3-box subscription, you get a little bit of a discount per box. I believe it's 5% per box.
Oh, nice.
And if you buy the whole year, so to be 6 boxes, then you would get, I think Katie said that we are settling on 8% per box.
So if you know that that's something you want all year, it's pretty worth it.
And you'll get charged one time for the whole thing. So you can work it out how you want to work it out. But some people were like, just take my money.
Right.
Just do it.
Right.
So that's we were trying to answer that. We can't set that up with the specialty boxes because they have different costs, different price points based on what we put in them.
Yeah. And very biased opinion. Very biased opinion. But everything that I've gotten in one of those boxes has been nice. It's been high quality. It's a very nicely curated box.
Thank you.
Definitely, if that's something that you're interested in, and I'm not sure what you're going to put in there from month to month. I'm sure there'll be some surprises, but usually there's some floss and a couple of different tools and just different things.
So it'll always have floss. It'll always have a pattern.
Oh, okay.
It will always have, I'm trying to think, a needle minder.
Oh, nice.
Maybe not always from us, just depends. And then it'll have several other things. Now, some of the things will be lifestyle items. Like you may get a candle, you may get a bath item, you may get, you've gotten a scarf. What else have you gotten?
I know that you've done like a headband.
Yes.
But everything is really nice. And
we try and work with vendors who will produce a good quality product.
Right. And you usually use independent sellers. It's usually not like big box store sort of things. So you get something that, artisanal.
So it's a little more fun.
Right.
The subscription boxes will have more DMC floss in them, and the specialty boxes will have some overdyed flosses. And we have set some things up with some people that we're pretty excited about.
I've heard about some of those people. It's pretty exciting.
So yeah, we're excited about that. And I'll stop because I could talk about that all day.
Right. So yeah, go check out, subscribe, or go join the Black Needle Society Facebook group and go follow them on Instagram. And that way you can be in the know when things are going on sale.
Yeah, Katie usually will put links and things.
And you'll get some really nicely curated photos because Katie is good at that.
Yes, we do a photo challenge like with every box, and most of our specialty boxes will include an event also of some kind.
Nice.
So the Lost in Austin box we're having a tea party with that.
Well, I would look forward to that tea.
So, how about plans?
All right. Well, as far as me, I'm probably going to keep working on that Pumpkin King Nutcracker because I've gotten a lot of stitching done on that, and so I'm pretty excited about it. And then I'll probably work some more on Aberlowney 1825. And who knows? It probably depends on what's sitting next to me whenever I'm watching the baby. But also, this is my first week back at work after maternity leave, so it could be that I come home, I hold my baby much closer than he is comfortable, and go to sleep. So who knows?
I am. Oh, look, everything fell out. I am kind of I'm combining Sampler September and Start It September.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was looking for these charts that I have been wanting to find, I found a couple extras too.
Well, that's always the way.
So this is one that when everybody did this several years ago, I'm like, I really like that. And then I went in and found out that it was in my stash.
Oh, nice.
So it's the Seweth sampler from Birds of a Feather. And I need to figure out how many of those Weeks Dye Works colors I have, and I need to do that. But I also found these things. So I found this one, and this was the only one. This is the Less Equals More series. This was the only one that they had. Man, my tummy is rumbling. So, I don't know if I want to do the whole thing, but I really liked this one. Whine Less, Breathe More. And this year, that's a really good one.
Yes.
And then I found Lizzie Kate's Promise Me, which is the Winnie the Pooh thing. And I love this.
So cute.
And see, they're feeling like samplers, right?
Definitely.
And then, hands-on designs. Stitch every day. That needs to be started this month. Oh, I was letting the ladies know over the weekend that Christmas Day this year will make 3 years that I've stitched every day.
Wow. That's amazing.
Is that like a crazy thing?
Cool.
So that's over 1,000 days I will have stitched. So, and then the other one that I got, and I have to go home and verify this. This is Harvest Home from Summer House Stitchworks. I believe I now own this twice. So I may be asking for somebody to sell this with me. And we won't start until, like October or November. Obviously they've lined it up so that you can do the drum. You guys, look, you have to really do it. Because there's one half of the basket and here's the other. And the border up here, yeah, it meets up over there.
Wow.
So when you make it into this drum, it's ready to go.
Perfect.
So maybe one of those will get started this week. I imagine that I will keep working on Chocolate Bunnies because
you're so close.
I love it. It's so cute. And I have to get it done. And I'm going to work on my Coming to America.
Yes.
And Hakon Hollow. And whatever else jumps out.
Laura's going to show you her entire stash as whips next week.
Katie said, oh, do you want to show my stuff? And I'm like, no, here's what I want. I found more stuff for stash and we need to get them in the books. So Katie and I need to film another video or two where she's stuffing things in for me. And I figured she could show her things at the same time.
Perfect.
Because Keisha doesn't need to sit through that.
I mean, that's a lot. And of course, we wouldn't be filming together, so I'd be like,
And that's a lot of time away
Looks
from
good.
James.
Looks nice.
No, I don't need to put that in my stash. Yeah.
Well, actually, I'll be like, one pass that here, one pass that here. I'm writing down a list of all the things I need to borrow from you. Katie's now coming to my house 3 times a week.
I'll just have her bring that bag and you can just go through it, right? I found another bag of giveaways.
Oh, really? Whew.
When I found all of this stuff, yeah, I found another bag of giveaways in there too.
So get ready for it, everyone.
We have giveaways like for the next millennium, I think.
Sounds good to me.
And it's not even made a dent in my stash.
Well, it looks like you guys are in for some good stuff.
So, I think that's it.
I think so.
Okay.
Hey, hopefully you guys can hear this one.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So bye.
Bye. Have a good week or 7 weeks.